Okay, so this is going to be regarding how to read if you are dyslexic. So first step, choose your book. Okay, well, I am reading this book. It is called The Dyslexic Advantage, and so it basically shows us the potential, the hidden potential of our beautiful dyslexic minds. Which, yeah, I am very positive about it because I learned how to be. And I love it because it's me, it's who I am. Like, anyways, so first of all, you read, whatever it is, like you read like one sentence, okay? Now, really just, okay, know this. Dyslexic people have really good intuition, so really just listen into it, okay? So, meaning, like, if your body's telling you, oh, something is, like, right, or something's not right, or something's like this, and you're gonna feel it strongly in your body, but it's basically that gut feeling, and it's like, you gotta listen to it. It's like when your brain tells you, okay, that something is a main idea, listen to it, write it down. So, I'll put my main ideas in, like, the center. So, what I will do is you need to first work out what your main idea is. And that's going to be that one sentence that you read. And so you're going to get a pencil, right? And you are going to, like, write whatever the main idea is. Try to write this in your own words, okay? Meaning, like, think about, okay, in your head, how would I tell this to somebody if it were me actually talking about it? Like, think about in real life, if you had to remember this, if you had to remember something out of this book, something you would really want to tell a friend, like, how would you say this to, like, somebody? Like, how would you say it to somebody? Now, if you come across a word in the book and you don't know what it means, like, literally, just, like, search it up. Like, literally search up. What does such and such word mean? And I can tell you, like, Merriam-Webster, oh my God, Merriam-Webster is really helpful. You can literally type in any word and it'll give you any synonym. So, I would say don't use the word. Do not use the word that they give you, especially if it's something you had to look up. Okay, what does this mean? But go to Merriam-Webster if you can. That's really the most helpful. That's been super helpful for me. Really, like, it has. So, Merriam-Webster, search it up, and then you look through all the synonyms, and then basically put, like, whichever one, okay? Put whichever one, like, best that you know. Okay, if I want to remember this, what am I going to remember it if I say it as? Like, act like this is you talking. You're telling the story, because dyslexic people are really good storytellers. So imagine, and we have really good imagination, so imagine, I'm telling this story. If I'm telling this story, what would I best remember it as? Like, which word out of all the words in the Merriam-Webster thesaurus, which one would I remember? Like, what would help me remember this word? And then, how would this help me remember the whole picture? Because we're really good at seeing the big picture. Gum's kind of getting old. I might spit it out. But, think about, like, what word you would use in place of that confusing word. Like, think about you as a layperson, okay? You're obviously not an expert like this person. So, write down, like, what word you would use. As a layperson, or whatever you want to call yourself, just a non-expert person, like, literally whatever you want to say, like, it's your body, like, you can say whatever you can about yourself, like, you can say, whatever you want to call yourself. Like, feel free to. Like, I'm not going to judge you. Like, I have different perspectives than a lot of people, but it don't mean you're not allowed to have a different perspective than me. You're completely valid no matter what perspective you have out of the way. Because you're a very special person and you're very important to me, no matter what you believe. So, yeah, just, like, put whatever one, like, you know, that you would use, whichever one that you would say, imagine if you're speaking this, right? What would you say to one of your friends or a family member, whoever it is you usually talk to, whoever it is you like to talk to? Also, if you really wanted to remember this and you wanted to say this to that person, which one would you say? Like, what word would you use out of all the thesaurus synonym words? Pick one and then literally put that in the sentence and then word it in a way that you know you will remember. Like, write it down in a super easy to understand way. That is the best way you remember it. Trust me, you're beautiful. Just be your unique self and just go with whatever your brain feels like, and it will all be fine. So yeah. Then once you do that, once you've done that, so once you've written, like, the main idea, I almost said written, then you get a color, whatever color you want. You're going to draw a circle around all those words. Then on the inside, you're going to outline that to make it easier to color, and then you're going to color over all that. Okay, now this is your writing. I do not literally care if you scribble all over it. I do not care what you do. I do not even care if you leave some little white patches. In fact, it's not supposed to be perfect because humans are not perfect. And I think it's beautiful to not be perfect because then we've always got something to work on. We've always got something to level up on, you know? So it's always really cool. Yeah, you get to, like, do something like that. Like, you get to, like, improve, like, with that. Like, you get to always improve at something. So, yeah, that's what you do with that. So, literally, just make sure you color all that in, but make sure that you can see the words. Then you're going to draw you a little branch coming off of that. Like, I kind of drew right over, here. I think is where I drew it. You can see it. But yeah, you draw a little branch coming off of that. And then you go to the next sentence. That's going to be your little sub-idea. So, if I could explain this in simple terms, this would be, like, basically whichever one, like, builds off of this main idea. So, like, what else are they trying to tell you about it? So, be asking yourself questions like, and, like, after the main idea, and, like, what also information do they also have about this? And then you're going to get a color. Okay, and then same principle. You're going to get, like, accidentally mixed that up. My dyslexia is going crazy. Yeah, you get a little pencil, and you're going to use, like, a little pencil, and you're going to write out, again, the sub-idea. So the idea building off of that in your own words. So however you would say that. And same thing. If there's any words that are confusing, look it up in a thesaurus, Merriam-Webster, or wherever you feel like most helps you. But I can tell you, like, Merriam-Webster is really helpful. For me especially, it might help you too, but I don't know if it would because I'm not you, obviously. So I cannot speak for, obviously, everybody. So just do what works for you. make sure you find you a good thesaurus website. That's really going to be your helper. So, yeah. So then once you do that, once you're done writing out the sentence, you're going to get you another color. And you're going to connect it to the branch. And you're going to draw in that color around all the words you wrote. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to outline the middle with that color. With that color. Once you outline it with that color, you're going to color in the whole inside. Then after that, you're going to have probably sub ideas. You're going to draw a little branch coming off of, I don't know if you can see it here, but so I have these little things coming off of that one. See how awesome I have it? And so those are the sub ideas. So after that, so for instance, scientists have, in addition, discovered that dyslexic people like, and I'll put it in parentheses, like myself because it's my own writing, use our right hemisphere networks more healthily / abundantly when we read than seemingly experienced non-dyslexic readers. And then you ask yourself, and this difference was first validated, so it all connects, and this difference was first validated by Dr. Sally and Bennett Shaywitz at Yale University. I put uni period. This difference was first validated by Dr. Sally and Bennett Shay at Yale University. Both used, and then I put a semicolon, because then that's going to be another sentence. And I kind of want to connect it without making too much room. So, yeah, you can even do this with, like, a definition. But this wouldn't apply here because I'm not doing a definition thing. I'm connecting ideas together. Okay. Both used a functional magnetic resonance imaging, which is lowercase. I'm going to do this for all you fellow dyslexics over here. Lowercase f, uppercase m, uppercase r, uppercase I, fMRI, which is the equivalent of a type of brain scanning. And it was done in the late 1990s. I have here. And it identified the brain areas that turned on identified the brain areas that are turned on / active when an individual reads. So I didn't necessarily write and in all of those, but if that helps you can be like and this. So that's going to help you read because it's going to help you connect all the different ideas. And basically that's how you're going to come up with all the different points. So, yeah. And also, like, I'm making this video for, like, all undiagnosed dyslexics and diagnosed dyslexics. This will apply to, like, all dyslexics. Because, yeah, if you do a lot of research, trust me, on dyslexia, you are super smart. Trust that instinct. When that instinct's like, okay, I'm dyslexic, you're allowed to say that, okay? Like, trust me when I say, you know yourself more than anybody else. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And, yeah. You do not need a doctor to say you have something. Like, it's better you find out you have something before a doctor does. Because, I don't know, doctors just dismiss people all the time. So, it really doesn't matter. Like, don't just, like, gaslight yourself about this. Like, that's why I think it's okay to, like, self-diagnose with anything. Because it's like, because that's real. You wouldn't be faking this. Okay? Like, it's literally like you're not faking it. And I found out about, like, Ozzy Osbourne, okay? So he's my favorite singer. I love him so much. He's so much like me. Poor thing. Poor man didn't even get diagnosed, poor dude, until he was, like, 30-something, and, like, he had to go through all that trauma and stuff of not knowing. That sounds like hell. And so, yeah, he actually saved me because I was literally reading about him being dyslexic and all those different things. Look more into it. And I just kept going down that autistic rabbit hole, as I always do, because I'm always just like a deep rabbit hole person. And I'm autistic too, and ADHD. So it's like if I have an impulse, the ADHD tells me to do, and then the autism like pumps me down a rabbit hole, I'm going to keep doing it. It's like, obviously I'm dyslexic. It's like you're allowed to say that. And okay, that's the same reason why so many people diagnose themselves as autistic. And yes, you are autistic if you self-diagnose as autistic. You are autistic. Do not let anybody tell you any different. You know yourself more than anybody else. Do not let anybody tell you any. And no, I'm not flipping off. I'm a Christian. I don't flip people off. Okay, I don't flip people off no more. Like, it used to be like a tick that I had, but like I don't do that anymore, you know, because that's just nasty to me. I just don't like it. It's just so weird and nasty to me too. You can think whatever you want to think, but I'm going to continue to think it's nasty because I personally don't want that in my brain. But, like, yes, just, yeah. But, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, because there was a while that, and I don't even want to think about it right now, but there was a time when I didn't know I was autistic and had ADHD. It caused me so much trauma. And so that's why I advocate for early diagnosis of, like, any disability. Because I do not want anybody to go, like, undiagnosed and then not get the proper support, you know. So it's better off you identify it, because at least you would know how to advocate for yourself. Like, and you can at least learn about yourself, educate yourself, you know. But a doctor, man, like, doctors are human beings. Like, they don't, like, know everything. Also, like, why would you be so, like, insecure? Like, that means you're insecure if you do not trust yourself. And trust me, I used to be this way. And you would think that they knew more than you, than they're a medical professional. Well, let me tell you this. I deal with anorexia now. You know why? And I'm recovering. Recovery is honestly, like, different for autistic individuals. You should go watch Live Label Free podcast if you really want to know more about it. Like, Livia Sarah, like, she's awesome. Like, she really helped me in my journey from recovery from anorexia as an autistic person. But anyways, so yeah, I was in the mental hospital one time, and so I was there. There was this dude working there. He should not have been working there. He was weird. Trust me, he was weird as heck. He was just really weird. And, like, I randomly told him, because I thought I could trust him because he was a hospital worker. And when you're autistic and you're young especially, you're kind of, like, a little bit naive. Like, you don't really know who to trust because you're innocent and you're just, like, so vulnerable. I'm so glad I'm not naive anymore, but I was. I was, like, only 17. Now I'm, like, basically you could say 20, because I'm going to be 20 on May the 10th. And I have no idea what day it is. Like, it's the 26th, January 26th. January 26th. So I'm closer to 20 than I am 19. It's basically like how you would say, like, talking about a person that's 5'11", you would go, oh, that person's like 6 foot. Well, basically, yeah, because it's like they're nearly that. Like, they're literally close enough, so it's like you might as well say that. Well, like, same with me. But, like, I'm closer to, like, being 20. So, but I'm 19. But I'm closer to being 20. Well, anyways, I was, like, only 17. So I randomly go up to this dude and tell him that I'm an alcoholic. Because, spoiler alert, you can be an alcoholic and not drink a lot. And autistic people are more likely to be alcoholics because we love routine. And then also we're more sensitive to like substances. Also, we may feel like we need to do it because we're kind of more wired to like have bad habits, like because our brain is just different. So it's just like, I don't know, it's really weird. And we just like have these really strong emotions. I don't know if any other autistics experience this state. You probably do. But it's like high empathy, and it causes intense emotions, and sometimes they're so painful, and they literally hurt you so much. And so what I would do is I would drink, to just kind of, because I didn't want to deal with that. You know how I'll say I'm a lot like Ozzy? Well, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, but back to the story. So he went through a lot of similar stuff I went through. And he's a lot like me personality-wise. Like, he's really sweet, and he's just, I love him. And really funny, really smart dude. Like, I really love him. His music just, like, is so healing. Well, anyways, we get these, like, really intense, painful emotions. And so, there'll be a lot to deal with. And so, we don't want to deal with them. So, say that you were never taught healthy coping skills, where you're naturally going to turn to the unhealthy ones because you don't know any better. And so what I would do is I would do that just to like I would actually go and drink my dad's beers. Like, I could only have like a little sip and I would be drunk. And my dad was like really, really worried about me. Like, seriously. Like, he was like, I don't know why I just did that with my hair, because I wanted to see how long and pretty it was, so everybody. But anyways, so I was like drunk. And just like with any substance. Now, obviously, like, I know that if you're autistic, you have to have autonomy. So if you're autistic and you do any kind of substance, I'm not telling you not to do it. You can do whatever you want because it's your body. I get it. I know. I understand that. I wouldn't have one in me whenever I used to drink. People tell me not to do it. But somehow I quit, and I've been free from that for a long time. But anyways, I'll just suggest that you look into that a little bit more. Like, try to experiment with yourself, kind of see like, okay, how do I feel after I drink this? Like, do I feel normal? Do I feel okay? Like, do I feel worse? Like, how am I using this? Am I using it as a coping mechanism? Am I just doing it normally? Can I actually control what I'm doing? Like, do I feel in control whenever I drink? And stuff like literally just ask yourself those questions. And like, also literally ADHD too, because ADHD, okay, the brain needs dopamine because we don't produce enough of it in our brain. And so these substances, like, artificially release dopamine in the brain. And so we're going to keep, even if we already get a little bit, we're going to keep on more. So it's really weird, because it was like, I would only have a little bit, and I was like, okay, I want to have like literally 3 beers. And I was like, looking back now, like, why do you want to destroy your body? Like, and now I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, it was because I didn't like what I was feeling, but like, I didn't know how to cope. But it's like, yeah, and then he just had a nerve. But like, anyways, he like called me fat. That dude that worked in the mental hospital that I was talking about before. So he called me fat. Well, after that, I no longer had an appetite. I literally didn't want to eat. I hated eating. I despised being at that place. I hated it because they were forcing me to eat. They were taking away my autonomy, and autistic people really have a heightened, really strong need for autonomy. So, hated that they were forcing me to eat. Already had digestive issues, and that dude made it worse. I literally was focused on losing weight for a long, long time. I was like, oh, I got to keep my weight down, blah, blah, blah. Like, not taking into account, like, what weight is actually made of. Like, you know, organs. Like, if you are a female and you have a uterus, like, of course, like, it's going to weigh something. And then all your other organs obviously are going to weigh something. I mean, whether you're male or female, like, you have organs, though. Muscle's going to weigh something. I obviously was very muscular, but I didn't know that. I just thought I was fat. Plus, I was put on this medicine that I didn't need, Abilify, and it's like, it makes you retain water weight, and I mistakenly thought that was fat, along with my digestive issues, made me look a little bit bloaty, and so I mistakenly just believed this dude. I don't know why. And it was really weird. And it was like I didn't want to eat because like I thought I was fat. And I could not eat around him. I mean, I could eat with my friends there, but like the minute he came around, I would kind of like spit my food out because I could not eat with him. Because, I don't know. And it was like so dramatic. But it was like I literally felt forced to eat, and I was like literally so bony. Like the hospital beds, they're already very uncomfortable. Like, I'll just give you that. They're so uncomfortable. But my bony butt was like poking the freaking bed. And I was like obsessed over losing weight for like a long time. Like increasingly long time. Finally, then I watched one of the little shorts on Ozzy's little podcast thing he was doing with the rest of his family. I clicked on it and I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? He's obviously got anorexia. And I wondered why I was so upset about it. Later, I realized that it's because I love Ozzy and it's because of my empathy, combined with the fact that I was dealing with my own problem with that. And so then I start, long story short, watching Live Label Free podcast episodes, and then I start feeling better. And yeah, here I am. Like, I'm in recovery, you know. Eating is kind of a challenge, especially with my IBS digestive issues and stuff. It's like, oh my God. Also, my autism, it makes me just like not remember when to like go to the toilet, like sleep, drink water, eat, all these different things. It's just really strange. It really is. Seriously. It is really strange. But yeah. It's like also with pain. It's like I could have like literally a little scrape or something, and it will not hurt and bother me unless I touch that little scraped area. But it won't bother me like it won't stop me during the day. Even if I get something hurt really bad, like say I broke my leg. So if I broke my leg, yeah, I wouldn't immediately notice it. Like, I mean, I have hypersensitive eyes and ears. So I would see what's going on around me. I would probably hear the leg break. I would probably hear a lot of people around me depending on who was there. You know, a lot depends on the context of the situation. But you know how that goes. Well, yeah, it would be like, yeah. No, I would hear, obviously, something. People in the background or whatever. And then I'll probably be like, oh, well, I'm out on this field in the grass or like this floor or like wherever I would be at. Be like, why am I here? I thought I heard something weird happen to me. And then, I mean, I wouldn't like notice it until I like tried to walk. Like, if that ever happened to me, I wouldn't notice it until I tried to walk. Cause like I have a potbelly pig, and we had to send him to my dad's because he bit me. Well, he bit me like twice. Once at my mama's house, once at my dad's house. So I was there. I was in the pen with Wilbur. I was expecting him to be nice to me because I thought he was nice. But he's old. He's like 8, and he's a Vietnamese potbelly pig. So he bit me. first thing I noticed before any of the pain ever kicked in, and in a way I think this is good because it kind of like, I would never want to feel pain whenever, because then it'd be even more traumatic. I think that's part of the reason why I'm so tough. But yeah, the first thing I noticed was I saw him coming after me. I heard him make noises. I heard people yelling, and I didn't even notice anything was wrong until I like tried to like walk. And it was like this pain, and it like affected the way I walked. And it was like when it came in, it was so terrible. Like it was just like radiating pain. So yeah. Don't trust medical professionals because sometimes they give you the wrong information. Like, don't blindly trust them. I'm not telling you, but educate yourself before you educate them, because they're there for you to educate them. You're supposed to have just as much role in your healthcare as they do, so you need to educate them. They don't need to be like educating you like on everything. That would stress me out if it was like that, because then I'd feel like somebody was controlling me. So I mean, yeah, this is a video. It's a really good video, you know. So that I hope that helps a lot of people out there that are dyslexic. And if you're also autistic and or have ADHD, hopefully you like my fun little story. With about what happened to me with the eating disorder, and like why you shouldn't trust every single professional just because they're a professional, because they could very well be abusing the system, abusing their authority to take advantage of you because you're vulnerable. Because when you're sick mentally, like I was so sick mentally, it's easy for them to take advantage of you. It's easier for them to take advantage of you. So you need to make sure you stay safe. I might post another video about safety. Yeah, like I am gonna post a video on all the things that I think that y'all need to know. And I hope that this really does help you. I really do. But I will post as many videos as possible because I really want to, because I care a lot about people. I have such a kind heart. I really just want to help people. So I know you would love these kind of videos. So, I mean, you know, like, I really love helping people. I wish that everybody lived the best life possible. Like, especially the people that love me. Like, I just really love to help people thrive and work with their unique brain. That's something I really love. I love anatomy, really love psychology. I'm a singer, so, like, I sing, but, like, I'm not famous yet, I guess, for it. But I sing, and I play the piano. I do a lot of different things. It's really fun. So, yeah. Hope this video helps you.